Alright, so since it made it to the shell and back, the clutch is messed up because it won't release all the way. And that was a junk clutch to begin with, so we're gonna put a different clutch in it and check the transmission. And I'm checking the rear axle. It's put together out of junk too, like everything else. Grease still looks good, don't it? I'll be back in a few minutes. All right. That's 410 or 411, whatever you want to call it. GM gears. Positive traction unit I made out of about 3 different ones. And it works. You can see those patterns on that carrier. That rear end had a nut come off the pinion once, and the pinion went into the carrier, locked the rear end down. I ground it back smoother with a flap wheel. I will let my father look at a couple things, but to me it looks good. Then I'm going to clean that up and put it back together with the right grease this time instead of just cheap Walmart stuff. So, like I just showed in the other part, the first part of this video, I was taking the pan off the rear end. There wasn't nothing wrong with that grease, but when you've put something together with junk parts, you check the grease. I never put the right grease in it anyway, so it's just, it didn't have anything in it for positive traction, you know, the additive. So before that goes back together this time, it's going to have a good grease in it. But I also figured I'd make this part. So the clutch that I have in this car was given to me by a cousin. And he said it didn't act right. It slipped. Now he had a 66 Chevelle with a 454, and me and Dad both figured that it was just because he had sticky tires and a bigger engine, it ought to be fine. And this car, with it having a 350 horse 396 in it, and we were wrong because it's way too hard to push, and it doesn't release right. You push it all, I mean, it has to go all the way to the bottom, all the way to the floor to get the clutch to release. And it doesn't grab back right when you let the clutch out. It slips further than it should. And then, in other words, something's wrong with it. Something has to be either wrong with the pressure plate or or something, because the linkage is moving plenty far enough, but the clutch isn't acting right. So I'm taking the transmission back out and changing the clutch and pressure plate. Probably, Dad done said he didn't care if it was wore out, put it in it. So I just have to find one. That's how bad he hates this clutch. It doesn't act right. So we're gonna do a redneck poor boy clutch change video. Now the first thing you want to do is pull your drive shaft out. Take the 4 bolts or the 4 nuts off the U-bolts, whatever your rear end has. In this case, it's 4 bolts and 2 straps. Then you want to take your header mufflers off, or your full exhaust if you're inclined to have that. And you want to unhook your reverse lockout linkage. Now I done took all this stuff out because, like I said, I wasn't originally going to make this video, but I figured that somebody might get some enjoyment out of this, some funny, good laugh. So okay, now I have to get back up in the car and I have to take the 2 bolts out of my shifter handle. You can see them up in here. And I want to take the bolts out of the shifter, and I want to take the shifter arms off the transmission. That's 3 bolts. And I'm going to use the impact and take the bolts out of the belt, out of the cross member. Put a jack under an oil pan and let that down. I'll probably come back and add to this video before I take the transmission out. But that'll probably be tomorrow. So here, or in a few seconds for you. So I hope you enjoy this. All right, so transmission's out, flywheel's out. I mean, pressure plate and clutch disc is out. Flywheel's still on it. So, be back in a few. All right, so I drained the grease out of the transmission. It's ready to go back in. Everything looks fine. I had to take that shock and spring and stuff back loose today because I didn't have it up on the collar, up in the frame to keep it from moving. It was digging into the shock. You can kind of see it, upper corner of it. That's ready to go back together now because I got my rotors fixed. They're turned. Now I can put the hubs back in the rotors and put all that back together. And I needed a clutch. Now, I don't recommend doing this. That's old Dodge 10-inch clutch pressure plate Dad had laying around. This is a 9-inch straight 63 or 64 Nova clutch disc that's pretty much brand new. That was gave to me about 5 or 6 years ago. That little 9-inch clutch is going behind that big block because I'm not racing that engine. It'll be plenty good for this purpose. I got another flywheel I dug out of the junk pile. That's for a 10.5-inch flywheel. 10.5-inch clutch flywheel. So we're gonna run this, that, instead of those, because that haze is a piece of garbage. And I about bet that that little tiny clutch will do just as good. And if it doesn't, it's 2 hours to change it. This didn't cost nothing. Honestly, I think it's like a organic clutch. Good one. So, tomorrow, I'm going to show putting everything back together. See you then. Bye. Alright. So, I changed the flywheel. Put the clutch in it. This is a spare, looks like a close ratio, might say input shaft. "10-inch Dodge pressure plate, straight set Chevelle 10-inch, 10.5-inch flywheel, 9-inch straight sets Nova clutch disc." We're gonna find out if this works. Me and a friend of mine got up here and sanded the flywheel with the DA. That's gonna be on his channel. Lone Wolf Customs. So, back in a few with more. Alright, so I don't know how well this is going to go, and even if I'm going to be able to use this video after I get done, due to cussing and other shit, because it might get a little worse than me just saying fuck or shit. So, I'm going to put this transmission up in here. I don't know if you can see it any at all, but I thought I would try to film some of this, record some of it. I can guarantee it don't go well. And this is light compared to some. Well, so far that's went better than it could have. Dad has a Hemi 4-speed hidden around here, and big old cast iron heavy son of a bitch. That would be fun. What size is this? Anybody out there know what size these fucking bolts are? Well, I guess 11/16. Nope, it ain't 11/16. And it ain't a 13/16 either. Hell. There's another wrench. Y'all are gonna get to enjoy this shit unedited. I'm not editing this part of this video down any. It is what it is, and I'm doing it at real speed. FYI, there's only 3 studs, 3 ears on this transmission. 2 on this side, 1 on this. The reason there is because that case came out of this car. Broke the original tail shaft and all kinds of shit when it wrecked. And Dad would get a transmission either from a parts car or buying it, whatever. If it had something wrong with it, he'd take it apart. Sorry. I didn't do nothing on the brake. But if he had one that was fucked up, like the tail housing was broken or a gear was dicked, he would take it apart and use it as parts, or if it wasn't something serious, and put it back together. And this one was a little bit on the rougher side, so it kind of saw a different fate. Just an old Muncie we threw together now, but I wanted to use that case as long as I could because it's pretty much the only thing in this car that's numbers, matching cases anyway. It'd be easier if I had a wrench and a ratchet and a long ass extension. Shit, sorry, a socket, ratchet, and a long ass extension. This would be easy. You know, honestly, transmission went up in this car too easy this time, so my rig job of the clutch and pressure plate and everything's probably not going to work. When it goes easy, it never hardly ever works out. Something doesn't fight you tooth and nail, you're doing something wrong. Sorry about the ringing of the headers. I'm sure that's shrill. Click. Click. And click. Alright, so the transmission's bolted up. Bell housing's bolted up. I'm gonna flip the camera. Alright, so the transmission's bolted up. The bolts that I have are in it. We're looking around and seeing if I fucked up anything. Using the camera screen, see if I fucked up anything. Can't really see down in that, can you? Clutch ball where it goes. Looks like it. How about the rail bearing? Okay, where it needs to be. Alright, so either way, truck bell housing, truck clutch fork, I changed it because the new one wasn't right for the ball. 10-inch fly, 10.5-inch flywheel, 10-inch pressure plate that's Dodge, and a 9-inch clutch. It ain't a rig if it works. So before this video's done here in a few minutes, I'm gonna see if it works. Back in a second. I wanted to show this once. Setting a wheel bearing. These are used bearings. Tighten them up. Turn them. Tighten them up. Turn them. Loosen them. Tighten it by hand. Back it back off. One flat. 1.5 flats. An old book we have says to go back 1 to 1.5 flats until there is an opening to put the cotter key through. You never run a wheel bearing with that nut tight. Because if you do, it'll burn the wheel bearing up. Just a little bit of free play. It's that easy. Alright, now back to the rest of this video. Alright, so I'm going to pretty much make this the end of this video for now. Go ahead and post it up. Got the rear end back together and full of grease today. Put the flywheel, clutch, pressure plate, transmission, drive shaft, parking brake cables, mufflers, everything back on the car. And put the brakes back together on the front. Both sides. cranked it a little while ago, and clutch actually works pretty good to be a complete rig. Honestly, a lot easier to push. We bled the brakes, and now it still had we bled all 4 brakes, and only one had any air in it, but it had a lot of air in it. So it's got good brakes now. Anyway, it's been a lot of work, everything. And I'm tired, but you know, when you go to a car show, if you've ever been at all, even if you didn't take something, you've more than likely seen people walking around handing out pieces of paper, handing out flyers for their car shows, and their cruises, their benefits, and sometimes other things. But, so at the Greenville Car Show, that wasn't any different. Now this is too far away for me. I don't know nothing about it. Apparently they've been having it for 7 years. Down in Knoxville, Tennessee, down on the Strawberry Plains Pike. The Sharon Parrott Memorial Car Show to benefit the Hope Resource Center. June 1st, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Registration 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now, I'm not going to go to it because it's too far for me. But if you're down that way, I don't know nothing about it, but it looks decent. One I'm wanting to go to because it's real close to me is, flyer says Troop 94 Scout Car and Motorcycle Show, May 25th, 2019, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Greenville Airport. $2 admission. Children 10 and under free. Space booth fee $10. Concessions will be available. Pre-show registration available by emailing bsacarshow92@yahoo.com. Drive-ins local. Contestant arrival 10 a.m. Judging starts at 1 p.m. Awards for top end class. Classes for everyone. Show off your rides and support your local scouts. Got all kinds of cars and trucks and bikes and everything. I'm wanting to go to this Saturday. Just a few miles away from me at the Greenville Airport. Greenville, Tennessee Airport. Yeah, there's one more. Now, I've been to this one. I think I went to the first one I went to was about 10 years ago. Maybe a little earlier than that. But it was down in Malsheim, Tennessee. The 19th annual Big Bubba's Fun Run. Open show, June 1st, 2019. No entry fee. Malsheim School/Park, 297 West School Street, Malsheim, Tennessee. 37818. 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's a pretty fun show, and there's normally a lot of people there, and a lot of cars. It's kind of like it's a car show, and it's normally like a festival too. So there's a lot of stuff there. Anyway, I'm going to go to them. I want to thank you for watching all my videos that you watch, and I appreciate every view I get and every subscriber I've got. I think the last time I looked, it said like 20 people. So I appreciate every one of you. Really do. It kind of makes making these videos worth it. Because if nobody was watching them at all, I wouldn't have a channel. I would just stop. So, because otherwise, honestly, it would be a waste of time to do the videos. The next video I make, I'm going to start making them a little bit further apart after this. Once every week or, maybe one a week for now. Next video I'm going to make is going to be at the Greenville Airport. Because for this car's first show, I didn't I didn't record a bunch. I had my mind on everything else, and I didn't want to. But I did make that little short video. This one's going to be longer. The car show at the airport, I'm going to show everything that's out there. And probably the next one too. I've got other things I've got to work on besides this car. There's if you're interested in working on other things, let me know. I've got a PT Cruiser I'm supposed to be putting the head gasket on. A 2008 PT Cruiser. And a 2002, sorry. Pontiac Sunfire. I've got to work on the air conditioning. Some bolts broke off out of the air conditioner compressor. I had it evacuated, and I'm having to change some stuff. So I might start making repair videos again. So, until next time, I want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate y'all. And until next time, God bless. Bye.